NWA Mountain State, the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance, bringing you great wrestling action sanctioned by the NWA.
Oh my God! All-American knockout!
We go to a judge's decision. Judge's decision.
You see Ron Sexton looking on Scotty. Measures in. Shooting star press! Parker, look out!
He's got one measure. Super kick again!
Ricky Shane misses though. Dozer catches him.
Tune in each week to see the greatest stars in independent wrestling along with your hosts, Stephen Hensley and Jacques Molière.
Welcome once again to NWA Mountain State Wrestling right here on Fox, West Virginia. We are proud to be known as the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance. I'm Dean Bibb with the Outlaw Rock Star, Stephen Hensley. What an hour this is going to be.
That's right, Dean. We've got a heck of a main event coming off the heels of what happened last week. Nemeth Strode, they got left laying in the ring, and they've got, in tag action this week, their opportunity for revenge against Erickson and Steve Off.
You want to talk about revenge? How about rematches? Former champions Bad Karma are getting their return engagement against the Cult of Charisma. Billy Litt, Ricky Shane, your current Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Well, let's not skip past the top of the card. Heavyweight title shot, it's going to be my boy, Huss. The greatest cut in all of West Virginia, Bob Brown, taking on Johnny Blast, one-on-one for the gold.
Two tough hombres making main event action right here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling, all for you, the best wrestling fans in the universe. Stay tuned. We got it for you right here, right now.
All right, ding, ding, boys and girls, it's start time. Mountain State Wrestling coming at you.
And as you stated, absolutely, Pitbull Bob Brown has a great opportunity later on in this hour. But right now, he's watching the back of his partner, 3BL. Shahim Ali, a relative newcomer to NWA Mountain State, but a tough customer. Look at there, fast moves.
Well, he dodged the speeding freight train there, and he's leveling with some big battering ram shots to the gut. But
whoa!
It doesn't look like it's been very effective, Dean.
No, I thought the steam train was on park. Whoa!
And he just got hit with an arm that felt like a 4x4 flying about, oh, I don't know, 70, 80 miles an hour down the interstate.
3BL leveling a game changer early on. Whoa, and now bringing all of his weight down along the lower lumbar region of Shahim Ali. Excuse me, getting choked up here.
A lateral press there that had to feel like a submission maneuver from underneath.
Buddy Love is tough. Buddy Love is ornery. Buddy Love feels he's on a mission to clean up everything that's wrong in MSW, and in so doing, he aligns himself with the Army of Darkness. That's what has his longtime supporters puzzled.
Well, his longtime supporters may be fair weather friends. They turn on you in an instant, on a dime. They turn their backs on Buddy Love, but that's okay, because Buddy Love realized that if you want to stand for something, you have to stand for what you believe in. If the fans don't have his back, that's fine. He'll find guys that will have his back, and he'll go on to fulfill his destiny, cleaning up MSW one useless hack at a time.
Well, you mentioned, fair weather. You mentioned if you clubbing blows here by Buddy Love as I try to collect my thoughts here. You've got Buddy Love twisted around against me after all the months of talking garbage about him.
No. Buddy Love and I are friends.
Since
Everything
when?
I said to motivate him. Everything you said behind his back when the mics aren't on.
I said nothing behind that man's back.
I have his back, though. And Shahim Ali, he's a lot like that kid Jimmy Nemeth. He's got a lot of heart. He's going at Buddy Love with everything he's got. And that was a fantastic maneuver. I don't even know what to call that, Dean, do you?
That was high impact was what that was. And it's effective. He's got Buddy Love reeling a little bit. Finally, this is what Shahim Ali needs.
I hate to disagree with you, buddy. Excuse me, buddy see buddy. You
Very
said
nice.
It was effective, but where I was going was not that direction at all. For everything he was throwing at Buddy Love looked very unfazed, and he wasn't really rocking him off those feet very well.
So you're suggesting Buddy Love was using the rope-a-dope.
I'm suggesting that it's going to take a lot more than Shahim Ali's been able to dish out thus far to take down 3BL. They don't call him Big Bad Buddy Love because he's a pushover. You think I'm wrong? You get in there and try to push him down.
A pushover is one thing that Buddy Love is not. It just amazes me that after the years of building his reputation in this business, he aligns himself with the Army of Darkness. Here's the cover.
And you want to know something else, Dean? You say after years in this business, how could he join the Army of Darkness? Oh my. Maybe because he wanted to turn his life around. You know something he's been doing since he joined the Army of Darkness that he wasn't doing before?
What?
He's been winning. He is on the biggest roll of his career. You cannot argue with that fact.
And you can't argue with that standing drop kick by Shahim Ali either, but Buddy Love, the first one up to his feet.
And Buddy Love destroys that momentum.
Veteran maneuver.
Very simple. Walk to the outside. He didn't even do it quickly.
Pitbull Bob Brown offering a very simple game plan, which looked pretty much like destroy. It was a simple fist to the palm.
And Shahim Ali, I feel the need to point this out here. I don't know if you're going to disagree with it, Dean. Shahim Ali, he wasted a lot of time in there after a major flurry of offense that he needed much in this match.
Agreed. Large agreement with you. There's no denying it, and that is a rookie mistake. 5 minutes have elapsed in the match. 5 minutes elapsed. Buddy Love now toying almost, as it were, with the young Shahim Ali. Oh, and a clubbing elbow now.
I would have to say that was an accurate description, Dean. Toying. That's the perfect adjective for what's happening here. The perfect verb, excuse me, for what's going on. Toying with him like a mouse, that's what's happening.
Oh, and now with Mike Mayhem's back turned, a big left hand by the Pitbull.
Maybe a dog and a mouse. You got a dog on the outside, you know.
Shahim Ali still struggling to his base, and now getting some help up to his feet and fighting back. Shahim Ali firing into the midsection of 3BL. 3BL putting a shot into the back of his head. Shahim Ali now to his feet. Right hands. He's got 3BL in the corner.
Well,
he's going to size him up.
He's worth.
Irish whip across the ring. Shahim Ali drop kick in the corner. Nowhere for Buddy Love to go. Buddy absorbs all the impact. Snap mare now by Shahim Ali. Taking him down. And a standing leg drop applied here, and now the cover. 1, 2, rope break.
And there were so many rookie mistakes in that pinfall attempt, I can't even describe it. He didn't hook the arm. He didn't have a good positioning for a lateral base. He didn't was right next to the ropes.
He didn't hook the leg. And now Shahim Ali's going to go airborne.
And Shahim Ali, a lot of distance to cover.
Oh, it just swatted out of the air by 3BL. Beautiful form on that drop kick, but 3BL now with the Oriental Spike.
And he calls that one the Cupid's arrow there, Muppet. Get up to date on the times.
A man with a do-rag should not call me a Muppet. Look at the cover. 2 count. I thought that one was over.
I'm pretty sure Buddy Love thought it was over too. That count looked a little bit slow by my standards.
I don't think 3BL's going to really argue too much at this point about being able to dish out more punishment. He's enjoying this.
Shahim Ali, very slow to make his way back up to his feet. Buddy Love helping him on his way. Scoops him up. Slams him straight down. Off the ropes now.
And he misses with the knee drop. Shahim Ali's got a little bit of fight left in him. And he's going to capitalize. Shots to the back. Maybe he can wear down big 3BL. Short distance drop kick to the ribs. And Shahim Ali's now going to press his advantage. Here's a lateral press. Barely a 1.
And a look of disbelief on the face of the rookie. He wasted a little bit too much time there looking around at the fans, asking them if they could believe it. He needed to believe it and move on. And Buddy Love, he gave him a second to regroup, and Buddy Love's starting to fire back.
Irish whip now into the corner. Shahim Ali setting up. And he's going to pound him in the corner.
Well, he's softening up Buddy Love for all he's worth. If he's going to get anything done here, that's what he needs to do before he attempts something at high risk. Shahim Ali calling to the fans. But look who's on the outside. Pitbull Bob Brown watching on. And it appears Shahim Ali distracted by it.
Shahim Ali definitely paying attention to the fans, and it cost him that time.
Shahim Ali getting pushed to his downfall. Buddy Love with an assist from the ropes.
As if he needed it.
Have you been injured by the antibiotic Levaquin? If you have either had a rupture or tear of the Achilles tendon, then you may be eligible for compensation. Call the law firm of Mark A. Hunt and Associates today. 1-800-554-1280.
Stro, you and I have crossed paths before. Jimmy Nemeth, you've just started to get under my skin. But tonight, I've got big Lance Erickson in my corner. You put the greatest heavyweight and the greatest junior heavyweight wrestlers on this roster together on a team? Are you crazy? This is going to be a comedy because you guys have no chance of defeating us tonight. Steve Off and Lance Erickson walk out victorious, end scene. Fade to black, lights off.
Jimmy Nemeth. That's about all I can do to laugh. The last time you was in the ring with me, son, what did it last, 2 minutes? And I knocked you out. Let me tell you something. I don't really particularly care to be in a tag match tonight because it doesn't matter to me. I have bigger fish to fry, more things to do. But guess what? I enjoy being in the ring with Stro. I enjoy the kibashi chops. I enjoy taking the ass kicking that he gives me sometimes. See, maybe that's what makes me a little demented. Maybe that's what makes me a professional wrestler, because I don't care. I'll pay my dues. I'll do the things correct that need to be done here to carry the strap. And eventually, there's not a damn thing anybody on this roster can do about it. I will be the champ, one way or the other. And tonight, me and Steve and his valet, if you will, are going to have a little fun at your expense. Guess what? He says lights off. I say you're just our next step towards immortality.
Steve Off, you tried to end me just like you did Dan Murdoch. I'm not okay with that. And then Lance Erickson and you tried to leave me and my buddy Stro laying the same way. I can't have that anymore, okay? I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. And tonight, me and my good buddy Stro here, Maestro of Wrestling, we're going to do what we have to do to serve justice to this situation. I'm the law and order now of Mountain State Wrestling, all right? I carry the big stick. I'm putting things the way they should be. And I got my buddy Stro to help me out.
Big Jimmy, wasn't too long ago that I was in your position when starting this business. There were guys coming up to me telling me, Stro, you'll never make it. You'll never lace this guy's boots. You'll never be this. You'll never be that. You'll never be coming to this territory. You'll never make it to the big time. You'll never do this or that. But Jimmy, you got to believe. You got to believe that you are the best. You got to believe that you will back down from nobody. You got to believe that you're number one. Because if you don't believe you're number one, you'll never make it. Ever. Because the same people told me, just like they're telling him, that he don't have a chance. Well, look at him. This is Big Jimmy Nemeth. He walks tall. He stands with pride and dignity. He will not back down from a fight. He will not give up. He will not quit. And most of all, he's loyal to this industry, and he's loyal to the wrestling legacy. The same things that go to his veins run in mine, and that's kept me going all these years. I love professional wrestling. I love everything about it. And tonight, tomorrow, next week, the week after that, when we go to bed at night, we dream of this. We eat it. We sleep. We drink it. We become professional wrestling. It's in our veins. It's what we do. I saw what you did to your friend, taking him out, Steve. You left Dan laying. You left him for dead. He was your friend. He's a tag partner. You guys held championships together, and look what you did. I saw what you tried to do, my boy Jimmy. I did the same thing to him. Take him out. What, for greed? For money? To climb that ladder? To stab your own friends in the back to get ahead? I've been down that road, Steve. It ain't pretty. And I feel sorry for you, because it's a long, dark road ahead. And you got another friend of yours, Lance Erickson, who's a great wrestler. But he's going down that same road, just like you. Thing is, Lance has all the experience. He should know better. He should be telling you not to go down that road. But he's walking the road with you. So, you guys have made your path. By the same token, Big Jimmy and myself, we're taking our path. And that path is to face you guys head on in that very ring. And we're going to do it with Big Jimmy's toughness for my kibashi chops! And our will to win. Bring it, boys. Ooh la la!
The Maestro is out here one-on-one with Erickson. And out of nowhere, the silver screen superstar came out and waylaid the Maestro, broke up a crossface attempt for a victory. And Jimmy Nemeth came out to aid his ally and hero, the Maestro, a veteran that helped him along in this business. Coming out that morning, showing all that heart, cost him big time because the Canadian Lion, the silver screen superstar, ran right over top of him too. And they left the Maestro and Nemeth laying in that ring. And this week, the Maestro and Nemeth, they're looking for some revenge. But you gotta wonder, coming into this one, after that beating, how good are they to go today?
I'm telling you, it was, as I stated at the time, a Pyrrhic victory because the match was won, but it was at the cost of terrible destruction. Lance Erickson and the Maestro had worn each other out, and it just became an absolute Pier 6 brawl with Jimmy Nemeth taking a splash from the top rope courtesy of the silver screen superstar. It's just getting ugly around here. That's all there is to it. It is so, everyone is wound up tight like a spring. You feel it in the locker room. The feuds are just getting hotter and hotter, and here's Stro getting some payback. Here come the chops.
And you were talking about how thick the atmosphere is, Dean, how ugly things have gotten. That's what happens when you have guys like Erickson and Steve Off looking for their moment to shine. Steve Off isn't going to wait and go the happy-go-lucky route with some rookie and shake his hand and tell me he did a good job at the end of a match when Steve Off feels like he should be further up on that card. Steve Off's going to look at a way to make an impact and get back to that main event scene, back to that title scene.
No, Mr. Cute and Nice doesn't throw fireballs into their former tag team partners' faces, that's for sure.
And if you want to know how to stir the pot, how to make an impact, the Canadian Lion will show you how.
Big double team elbow now on the silver screen superstars. Jimmy Nemeth is coming in, and the Devil's looking to get his due right now with Steve Off. Big forearm now as the camera shows it right up close and personal. And here's Nemeth. Oh, big chop by the Lumberjack. And who better to chop than a Lumberjack? Oh, another big one. Woo!
Well, Dean, I've got to give it to you. Those chops from Nemeth, they look very effective. Nemeth, the most inexperienced guy in this contest, but as he goes for a pinfall attempt and nearly gets it, we've said it time and time again, for a guy so few matches into his young career, and it is a young career, he has a lot of skill.
Absolutely.
But if he makes one rookie mistake against a guy like Steve Off or Lance Erickson, it doesn't matter how well he and the Maestro do as a unit, it could cost them.
Double vertical suplex now leads to a 2 count as the television champion has the silver screen superstar. Shoots him into unfriendly territory, and now another quick tag is the story so far in this match. Here's the Maestro setting him up. Top toe hold. Here comes a lumberjack with a great Buddy Landale spinning elbow and a cover.
And a great sequence of maneuvers. Lands out another near fall attempt. Almost had it.
Steve Off really getting the screws twisted on him in the beginning of this match.
And
Later,
Jimmy Nemeth has got to be on cloud 9 right now. This is a moment for him right now. He is running right over top of Steve Off. And for a guy this young, however long this lasts in this match, I believe Steve Off will turn it around. This is a feather in his cap to be doing this well.
absolutely, and there's your turnaround right there as Steve Off lands a hard right hand. There's a knee and sets up the Canadian Lion Lance Erickson in his first action of the match.
And the rookie's in trouble now. That is dangerous territory to be in. You got a fresh Lance Erickson in there, the Canadian Lion, and he is a predator you don't want to be in the ring against after you've absorbed any kind of punishment.
And he draws the champion in.
And the stroke for all the ire he feels right now, the guy he's costing the most isn't Off. It isn't Erickson, it's Jimmy Nemeth.
It is his own partner, you're right. Guys, speaking of partners, we got the Tag Team Championship rematch that everyone's been looking for since Princeton. Former champions Bad Karma are getting their rematch against the Cult of Charisma, Ricky Shane and Billy Litt. That's coming up later this hour. The Canadian Lion sizing up Jimmy Nemeth and dumping him. Big, hard right hand, and now a choke right there in the middle of the ring. Sean Kelly was where he needed to be.
And the Maestro trying to lead the fans in a chant of Jimmy's name. And they did. But for all the good it did Nemeth, it seemed to only make the Canadian Lion angrier. He choked the life right out of him and right into a pinfall attempt, and that one was closer than Maestro would like to see it be.
How much angrier can Lance Erickson get at this point? That's the question. We talked last week about the emotions.
What's really scary, Dean, you talk about how much angrier he can get for as vicious as he's being right now. Look at his face. He's very calm.
That was a vicious DDT on the part.
Steve Off. Whoa.
Oh, look at there.
Whoa. That was closer to comfort than I would like to see things get for Nemeth.
That was a desperation move by Jimmy Nemeth is what that was. He just had a DDT. He barely had an opportunity to say, hey, I can pull this off, and he almost had the match.
But look, for everything that just happened, still a calm face. Neither Steve Off or Erickson is very upset right now. They aren't being controlled by their emotions. The Maestro, on the other hand, he is livid. He is practically frothing at the mouth to get in there.
You better believe it. He's got that tag rope, but that tag rope's the only thing keeping him in the ring, out from the inside of the ring right now. He wants a piece of Lance Erickson and Steve Off. And he's going to make sure that his partner, Jimmy Nemeth, if he has anything to say or do about it, is not going to be broken in half by these two fiends.
And Lance Erickson just ripping away at the chin of Jimmy Nemeth, trying to cut off as much oxygen as possible. He went from a rear chin lock to almost a sleeper hold if he covers the top of the head a little bit more. I suppose you would like to refer to that as a Weaver lock, Dean.
Yes, absolutely. The Weaver lock. God bless Johnny Weaver. But it's a sleeper hold. Of course, the old-timers called it a sugar hold.
Really?
Don't ask me why.
How do you even know that?
Because I'm 39 years old, man. I saw this stuff that you've only seen in bits and highlights. Whoa! There's your desperation move. Turn a jawbreaker around. He ducks the clothesline, though, and super kicks Nemeth to the mat. Quick cover. Wow, I thought that was it.
That was some major league height from a very large athlete.
Here comes Steve Off, and I must comment on the change in Steve Off after the horrific double underhook DDT. Very nice, almost a Michinoku driver. If Off would have spread his legs, it would have been a Michinoku driver. But the change in Steve Off after fireballing Dan Murdoch in Hinton, West Virginia. It's just the ferocity. He's turned into a heel, an absolute heel, lacking a soul.
Well, as passionate as you are on that tirade, the Maestro very passionately made a tag there. But for all the good in the world, Erickson distracted the ref, and the Maestro's back on the outside.
That was a textbook clothesline. The placement of that right arm could not have been done any better if Nikita Koloff had thrown it. It was incredible. And speaking of Russians again, we will be seeing the return of Boris Dragoff very soon on his suspension on the wellness policy, bringing in some kind of Chechen herb. That's your boy, breaking customs laws.
Breaking the customs laws. Let's get real about this, Dean. If any law should be bent for anyone in the world, it's for the Soviet star. The man's practically a diplomat in this country. He should be protected by similar laws.
Man, whoo, you believe these delusions. That's what scares me.
I would stake my life on them. Belly suplex by Lance Erickson. There's some fundamental wrestling for you.
Was that a 3 count?
I thought it was, but I think that first time the ref's hand hit the mat, that was simply his hand hitting the mat on the way down to the canvas.
I agree. Now Sean Kelly in the perfect position to see if Jimmy Nemeth is going to give.
And Jimmy Nemeth fighting to find a way out, but Erickson holding on very firmly.
10 minutes have elapsed in this match. 10 minutes elapsed. This is a hard-fought tag team matchup. This isn't for glory. This is for payback or another shot at one-upsmanship, because let's give the devil his due. Lance Erickson and Steve Off got the one-up last week on these two.
Certainly did. They certainly did. Steve Off's been doing that a lot lately since he cut off the dead weight.
Oh, another big clothesline turning Jimmy Nemeth inside out.
That looked beyond vicious, Dean Bibb.
You know what that was? That was the Stan Hansen lariat. Twice he signaled it and I didn't catch it. That was the Stan Hansen lariat, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I believe Mr. Erickson's made it his own. Let's call that the Lance Erickson lariat. The LEL, if you will.
The LAL. The LEL.
Keep pace with me, Dean.
The Lance lariat. We'll just call it that. Steve Off would not be any happier right now if he could even tear the head off of Jimmy Nemeth's shoulders. He would be tickled to death. Look at the eyes. That man is a lunatic. He looks unstable.
Where you see instability, I see a man who's tired of waiting for his chance to shine, a man that's willing to do anything it takes. Yeah, we might be looking at oh my Lord. We might be looking at a turnaround.
Beautiful quarter Nelson cutter, and here's a tag to the television champion. Steve Off doesn't see it. Now he sees it. Twin elbows.
And a chop across the chest. So sends him off the ropes.
Irish whip. He misses a double axe handle.
Crossbody attempt. What's going to happen now?
A tabletop suplex happens next. Why is Sean Kelly checking Jimmy Nemeth? The action is in the ring. Why is he outside the ring? Stroke caught the foot. He's setting up the SBD. He hits the SBD.
But where is the referee, Dean?
In the wrong place. And Lance Erickson uses that briefcase.
Lance Erickson is in the right place. Right place, right time.
This is insane. The NWA needs to look into this.
Whoa. What's Jimmy Nemeth doing with that axe handle? No!
Oh, he's bollocking the silver screen superstar. That's what he's doing.
Ref, turn, no. Erickson, turn around.
Incredible.
Dang it all.
Incredible. Here are your winners via pinfall, the team of the Maestro and Jimmy Nemeth.
Lance, he used an axe handle.
Incredible.
The testosterone in the NWA Mountain State is off the hook. The maestro of wrestling. Lance Erickson. Oh, man. He's so ticked off, he just ripped off a locker. I can't believe that. I'm so pumped up, I don't know what to do with myself. Ricky Shane, Billy Litt, You're dealing with bad karma. What happened to a certain tag team that was on fire? They were so hot, they blew up the ring the last time we were in the ring with them. The Hollywood Outlaws. But now, somebody's missing. Who's that?
Dan Murdoch.
Dan Murdoch. Mr. High Flying himself. He reminds me of what? Billy Litt. He likes to high fly too. I wonder that's how hot he gonna be tonight. People are talking about threats, problems. Lance Erickson is a threat. He's a problem any day of the week. Just look in his eyes. Deal with bad karma. We're a problem every time we show up. In the city, in the county. Tell them what it is.
Ricky Shane, Billy Litt, we're not going to stand here and run our mouth. You see, people who run their mouth have a lot to prove. What we do in that ring shows who we are and what we're about. What you hold on your shoulder, that 2 pounds of gold, that's just a temporary thing. You see, because bad karma is the hottest team today. Woo!
NWA Mountain State. The cult of charisma is gathering in numbers. The masses of fans and emails telling Billy Litt and Ricky Shane, keep those tag straps around your waist. Definitely don't let bad karma take them off of you. Well, let me tell you something, bad karma. What goes around comes around, just like the name says.
Bad karma, these tag team titles were not handed to Billy Litt and Ricky Shane. They were earned. Boys, you're just another tag team that won't be here in the next 6 months. We have been here for 5 years. And in that 5 years, whether it's collectively or in singles, we've beat them all. From the top of the list to the bottom of the list. A list that includes Frank the Tank Parker, The War Machine, Jason the Gift Kincaid, Legit Dynamite, Chris King, Johnny Blast, Lance Erickson. Do I need to go on? Do you boys really think you stand up to that list? Because I don't. We got them, and you got to come and get them.
Now.
Can I talk now, Dean?
If you have to.
If I have to. It's what the fans demand. Billy Litt and Mr. Arrogant's going to start this one off.
Are you going to talk?
I was doing that already, Dean. Pull your head out of your posterior. Maybe you'll notice what's going on around you.
You're jealous. Mr. Arrogance locking up the wrist of Billy Litt right off the bat. These guys haven't wrestled an awful lot because the team of the Cult of Charisma, and there's a charismatic move right there, isn't a very old team in this lineup, but they wrested the tag team titles from Bad Karma. Good match.
Well, they might not have as much experience as a team as Bad Karma, but if anybody's riding a wave of momentum at the moment, it is the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Litt and Shane, the Cult of Charisma. And I grudgingly admit this, but I'm going to admit it, Dean. You can go ahead and mark this down on the calendar because you know I'm going to hate to say this, but they have been very effective, very credible, and very worthy tag champions.
I agree with you there. They have teamed on many occasions, as I've said, and now holding tag team titles together as a team. Billy Litt almost took a ride, but he steered the ride in the right direction for him.
Speaking of holding on, Mr. Arrogance holding on to the waist of Billy Litt, rolled him over and almost got a pinfall attempt.
Good vertical leg scissors here on the tag team champion by Mr. Arrogance.
Billy Litt trying to bridge out of it, but his shoulders go down to the mat.
As we mentioned earlier, our main event today on NWA Mountain State Wrestling is going to be Pitbull Bob Brown of the Army of Darkness challenging heavyweight champion Johnny Blast. That's our main event right now, the big rematch that we've been waiting for.
And Billy Litt kips on out of Mr. Arrogance's leg vice, comes off the rope, ducks under, and goes for a crucifix roll-up attempt. He nails it, gets him down on the mat, shoulders pressed, 2 count only.
Well called, and back to the wrist goes Billy Litt. Irish whip on Mr. Arrogance, sets him up. Arrogance blocks the hip toss. Twice blocks the hip toss.
And Mr. Arrogance foiled Mr. Electricity there. Rolled through all the way. Holds on, hooks the leg. Almost.
Well played, Mr. Arrogance. Well played. Now he shoots off Billy Litt. Billy Litt goes for a crossbody, and the larger Mr. Arrogance catches him. Takes him up the torture rack. Billy Litt now turning it around for a sunset flip, but Mr. Arrogance has the ropes, or does he?
Arrogance almost had the ropes, but Litt pulls him on over. Two count only, one more time. Near falls after near fall after near fall. The blink of an eye, this one can be over.
This is a good matchup. So far, not even 5 minutes into it, and we've seen 5 pin attempts. Tag into Ricky Shane now, as Kareem comes in, sizing it up very cautiously, does Kareem.
Ricky Shane, though, as quick as he normally moves, he's playing very cautiously as well. Neither man rushing into this fight.
And wisely so, because the last time, Kareem going with the rear wrist lock now. He feigned a lockup and went to the rear waist lock.
Ricky Shane looking for positioning on this one, though. Maybe looking for a way to trip him up. Maybe right now, if he can break a hold of that wrist lock, he can fall down flat, try to crawl through the legs, maybe go behind him there, gets a rear waist lock of his own. Full Nelson, pulls him on around, snapmare takedown into a rear chin lock.
Ricky Shane, one of the hardest working men in the locker room, and a hero to anyone.
And that was a fantastic chain wrestling sequence there. One move to the next, flawlessly, seamlessly. That is the mark of a champion.
Billy Litt says it's cold outside, but it's hot in Alderson. And as you talk about flawless workmanship, Ricky Shane is a flawless worker. He is incredible. 5 minutes have elapsed in the match. 5 minutes elapsed.
Kareem going to a side headlock. Ricky Shane trying to force a way out of it.
Now the headlock, as we noted earlier, a very effective and underrated maneuver. You can wear a man down with it, but there are several ways out of it. Wow. And Kareem put a fist into him for effect and tags in Mr. Arrogance. He walks into a beautiful flying arm drag. Ricky Shane's flying arm drags are one of the prides of West Virginia wrestling, I'm telling you.
Well, Ricky Shane, very much a man of the people. He has a lot in common with the Hicks in the audience. And yeah, I'll say it up one way and down the other. He's a fighting champ. He's a great tag team champion with Billy Litt. But he represents everything about the fans in West Virginia that discuss guys like me that are proud to be from the state. He's fat, he's slovenly, he acts like he's so proud to be one of these people, to be one of these simple-minded Hicks when he could be so much more, when he has been so much more.
I'm going to urge you to say that to his face.
I've said it before, he doesn't like it. Great double team by Bad Karma, and a hangman-style lariat there by Mr. Arrogance. Ricky Shane very slow to get back up to his feet, and a hammerlock into a scoop slam. For Ricky Shane, that hurt.
That's the Anderson scoop slam. Originated by Gene and Ole Anderson. Beautiful move. And now Kareem with the tag in. Mr. Arrogance steps out, and Kareem now working on that left arm as well. Bringing him around once again and dragging him down by it.
And it looked for a moment like Shane was going to reverse things, but Kareem had that attempt well scouted, and he capitalized in fine fashion.
And now Kareem baits in Billy Litt after nearly breaking Ricky Shane's arm, bringing it around triangle style, dropping a leg on it.
Kareem's not playing around, neither's Mr. Arrogance. They found a moment, they found a weakness.
And does he have something around his knuckles?
I'm pretty sure you can bet your bottom dollar on that one, Dean. He's definitely willing to do whatever it takes.
Ricky Shane tried to fire back with that left arm, and it cost him.
Ricky Shane's fighting like a cornered animal right now, and that's got to be what he feels like. It's a good thing he has that shirt to remind him who he is. If he gets hit any harder by Bad Karma, he might not remember.
Ricky Shane in trouble in the ring. The fans urging.
What in the heck is Billy Litt doing?
Billy Litt was talking to the fans who were saying that there's an object in play.
Well, Billy Litt better be up on that apron, because when his partner gets over there for a tag, he can't change what's already happened. But when his partner goes for that tag, he needs to be there.
Ricky Shane might have a severely damaged arm at this point. I haven't seen him in this much pain in a long time. And Kareem just sizing him up, looking for a way to cut him. He cuts off Billy Litt.
Ricky Shane was only inches away, but Kareem taunting him the entire time.
And
that was insult to injury. There's more of it.
Being choked,
pointing.
He's being choked out by the tag ropes. I saw that one.
What's wrong with that?
You're not supposed to choke somebody out with the tag ropes. That's what's wrong with it.
Even if the referee saw it, it counts as a part of the ring. At most, it's a 5 count, not a DQ, Dean.
That's true, but it doesn't make it proper to do.
That doesn't change the fact that you can do it, whatever it takes.
Hey, Mr. Arrogant stalled a little bit. He's going to pay for it with a pinfall.
Ricky Shane out of nowhere.
Did you see that left arm? That left arm couldn't hold the hold. The left arm gave out on Ricky Shane, or we could have had a 3 count. Ricky firing back on desperation on Mr. Arrogance. He landed a good shot on him that time.
And Ricky Shane falling to the mat. I think he caught Mr. Arrogance one more time with a stiff shot to the lower body. But Arrogance, for all that Ricky Shane tried to do, Arrogance, first man up, drags him over to his corner. And if you're Ricky Shane, wrong place, wrong time, wrong circumstances.
Ricky Shane could not cover because of his arm.
And look in the hand of Kareem.
Something is shiny in his hand.
That's the added advantage. Never one to shy away from it.
He's got a fork.
Hey, I'm going to say it one more time, and I'll say it slowly so you and everyone at home can understand. And just, even while Billy Litt's getting angry, yeah, he's going to mess up again. Whatever it takes. It does not count if the referee doesn't see it.
No, don't do it. Billy, just get out of the ring. Just get out of the ring.
Billy Litt just overcome with emotions, worrying about his partner's well-being. Hey, a little bit of focus here, Dean. Look at the match. Call what's going on.
It was all I could do to keep Billy Litt from slugging Ryan. Come on, Ricky Shane.
Well, Ricky Shane slugging for everything he's worth in the ring. And once again, wrong place. Everything that he suffered in this match, Ricky Shane's not thinking clearly. He's making mistakes he wouldn't normally make. And do you know who else is making mistakes they wouldn't normally make, Dean? Billy Litt.
Yes, I have to agree. These guys need to tone it down a little bit.
You know, we throw around the word emotion a lot, but this contest, it's so emotional, I'm almost losing my voice here.
10 minutes have elapsed in the match. 10 minutes elapsed. I'm definitely losing my match, having to scream over top of these fans here. Yeah, I'm losing my voice, not my match, am I?
Flip attempt by Ricky Shane, pulls Kareem over, holds on to the arms, but still a kick out nonetheless. Wrong corner, Ricky.
And he paid the price for it. Can he make the tag?
Ricky Ticky Shane making a lot of very uncharacteristic mistakes this morning.
I can tell you one thing. Bad Karma came into this not making some of the mistakes they made in Princeton. They're not bothering to wrestle.
No, they aren't. They're fighting all the way. You might see a straight wrestling move or two along the way, but they're taking every shortcut they can. And more than out here to wrestle, they're out here to cause an injury and then take the victory.
And I'm afraid they may already have. Ricky Shane's arm is in such a mess, he can't. It's all he can do to move forward. He could have made that tag if he'd have stepped. This is terrible. I can't hardly watch this.
Well, it may be all he can do to move forward, but he's not even doing that very well at the moment.
That's what I'm saying.
Every single time he gets close to that corner, it's like Kareem or Mr. Arrogance is standing right next to him, calmly waiting, calmly taunting him.
Now Ricky Shane charged out of the corner, but as you described it, right there beside him was Mr. Arrogance, who just clamped on a rear chin lock and is ringing it. Ricky Shane's arm is probably delivering blinding pain to his brain right now.
I have to say, I'm pretty sure you're right, Dean. The look of pain on Ricky Shane's face, I haven't seen that face on Ricky Shane in quite a long time.
Was that a tag?
Almost. I don't think the referee saw it.
He didn't see it. He thought Kareem was charging in.
But you know who did see it and noticed the ref didn't?
Kareem.
Absolutely.
Bad Karma are nothing if not technicians in what they do.
And the look of frustration on Litt's face, I can't blame him, Dean, but he needs to find focus because every time he fights with the ref, Bad Karma doesn't have to listen to a 5 count on their double teams.
And Ricky Shane now taking out both men and charging forward. Can he go? It's a game of inches at this point. It's matter of inches.
And Kareem's holding on for all he's worth with that front face lock, and he's pounding away on Shane, and the fans are exploding in support of Shane, but Kareem is just leveling him with those shots.
And you better watch manhandling the referee, because stuff like that happens, Kareem.
I think he was telling him to keep an eye on Billy Litt. That's why the ref let it slide, because from the ref's vantage point, Litt has been breaking that rule left and right and coming in the ring when he wants. It might not be what happened, but it's what the referee perceives.
And Ricky Shane did a desperation maneuver, ugly maneuver as it was, but it was the best he could come up with at the time. And if Ricky Shane can turn 90 degrees and move 3 feet, he's got a tag.
Ricky's looking the wrong way. He's got it right now, though.
There's your tag.
And both members of Bad Karma in the ring right now, but a fresh Billy Litt runs over top of him with a pair of clotheslines, back elbow to Kareem and Mr. Arrogance. And Ricky Shane, he's coming back to life now.
And clotheslining Mr. Arrogance over the top rope. Not a DQ, not a DQ.
And they're sighting Kareem in their sights now. The man who more than anyone taunted and tortured Ricky Shane for the majority of this match, and they're giving him a receipt.
Absolutely. The 2 legal men are in the ring. There's Mr. Arrogance. And now Billy Litt could have had the pin if Ryan would have been in position.
And the referee telling Ricky Shane to get out of the ring, even his opponent's corner telling him to get out of the ring. And that gives Bad Karma the opportunity to nail Billy Litt with that double team. And there's the cover. But the referee not looking at what's going on.
Ricky Shane up top. Frog splash on both men.
Ricky Shane, the illegal man with the assist, goes for the pinfall attempt. Referee out position, moves Litt's arm over. That's going to be it, Dean.
For the past 16 years, Mark Hunt has helped hundreds of people who were injured in a car wreck. Mark Hunt and Associates help people put their lives back together after a car wreck. We get cars repaired, medical bills and lost wages paid, and get you the compensation deserved. Call Mark Hunt and Associates. We have the experience to help you when you can't help yourself. Mark Hunt and Associates, 304-344-1800, or on the web at www.markahunt.com.
Kramer Security and Investigations, an industry leader, is currently hiring for the position of security officer throughout southern West Virginia. At Kramer, quality begins and ends with our security officers. We are proud to offer a variety of shifts, competitive wages, professional training, and a great opportunity. For information, please call 304-256-0300. That's 256-0300, or apply in person at our Market Street Beckley or Walker Street Princeton locations. Kramer Security and Investigations, securing your future today. An equal opportunity employer.
Johnny Blast, you should have never stuck your nose into our business. Now guess what? You have me today. You should have let sleeping dogs lie. But instead, you want to put that title on the line? Well, guess what? Your time has passed. My clock says it's 4:21. So you better get ready, because I'm taking that belt from you.
Today on Mountain State Wrestling, Pitbull Bob Brown, you get your chance at the title. Yeah, I know I ran in on your match last week, and yeah, I know that probably wasn't the right thing to do, but it seemed like the thing to do at the time. Everybody in Mountain State Wrestling right now seems so agitated, so irritated. Everybody's PO'd over something. Not me. Johnny Blast. I'm still the champion. I'm still smiling. Pitbull Bob Brown, It's your turn now. Come and get it, buddy. Johnny Blast.
Absolutely not. Bob Brown is one of my best friends. I'm backing him all the way in this one. I'll give Johnny Blast his due. He is a fighting champion,
yes,
and he has been a prolific champion.
Yes.
And that's going to make Bob Brown's victory all the sweeter for me.
If only it meant that every man that the champion defeats, the man who defeats the champion is defeating. But it doesn't work like that. But when you think about
I'm not even sure what you just said.
You should listen closer.
The man who's defeating the champion, defeating something defeating. What?
You are obtuse. Now then, where I was going with this is you often see the NFL declare someone the reigning and defending Super Bowl champions. Well, no, not so. Because if the Green Bay Packers defeat you the next year, the Green Bay Packers aren't last year's Super Bowl champions. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Can we call the match now?
Oh, go ahead. Well, Johnny Blast now with a side headlock now.
I really hope after Bob wins the title, he comes over here and cracks you across the head with it.
That's not very kind. Oh, and look at that, pulling the hair. That's not kind either.
But it is effective.
I'll give you that, because that got the champion pulled into the corner there as 3BL watches on from the side and applauding the actions of his partner, Pitbull Bob Brown.
And Bob Brown gave Johnny Blast a clean break, and then he nailed him again. Now he's following up again.
And now Johnny Blast with a shot to the breadbasket. And Bob Brown goes out for a breather. Wow. That looked like one hard shot to the stomach.
Whoa. Look at Bob, Dean. He looks frustrated. When was the last time that you really saw him look frustrated?
When
for the Army of Darkness.
Pets Plus was closed?
Very funny, Dean. My point being, it's uncharacteristic because he cares so much about what's on the line. Whatever you want to say about him, however crazy he acts, he cares very much about winning that heavyweight title. It would mean so much to him.
Ryan keeping that chain from coming into play here. And Johnny Blast, one thing about Johnny Blast that he has over top of his opponents is his mouth. Johnny Blast is a crap-talking wrestler.
That's right. For all his 3 teeth, he certainly talks a lot of poo-poo.
Johnny
That
Blast
won't win your match, though.
Johnny Blast has a mouth like Jim Cornette. He can talk you into submission.
Pitbull Bob Brown with a reversal on the Irish whip. Bob Brown follows in, misses big time though, and Johnny Blast nailing the sizable gut of Bob Brown.
Another shot to the gizzard now, and another shot to the gizzard. That gizzard's taking a beating.
And Johnny Blast working over the most famous gun in West Virginia. But it cost him because while he was looking down at Bob's gut, Bob was looking straight at his eyes. He raked him, and now he's making Johnny Blast pay for everything he's dished out.
Oh, and again, not an orthodox wrestling maneuver, but punishing the kidneys and the lower back. And that slowed Johnny Blast down. I mean, he's not talking at this point.
And Bob Brown, a lot of people take for granted how strong he is, how fast he is, because he doesn't have an athletic physique. But he is a wrestler in the style and the mold of guys like Stan Hansen, of guys like Dick Murdoch. They weren't known for their athletic physique. They may have walked into a gym 5 times in their life. They were naturally that tough. For whatever appearance you thought they had, no bodybuilder physique about them, they are tough, barroom brawler style wrestlers, and Bob Brown is a man in that tradition.
I would take a tough guy over a fit guy in a fight any day, because the fit guy can shy away from getting hit a second time. The tough guy will walk right through it. 5 minutes have elapsed in the match. 5 minutes elapsed. And now there's the tough guy beating Johnny Blast down into the corner, right where 3BL was waiting for him. Now come on! This referee needs to turn around and see what's going on here.
And Bob Brown's Army of Darkness cohort there for him when he needs him. The referee taking Bob Brown out of the match and admonishing him for whatever reason. But Buddy Love waiting in the wings. He didn't let go of Bob's advantage for him. He was there. He was there to protect the Army's investment.
Absolutely, and now a very hard shot across the spine. Holy cow. No need to call the censors, guys. I'm sorry, I sneezed, and I caught it myself. Stephen Hensley's laughing at me, and Buddy Love's not laughing right now.
That's a grimace. I'm going to miss seeing you here every week. No, I'm not. Buddy Love punishing Johnny Blast on the outside, sends him back into the ring. 3BL doing what he does best, being there for his friends when they need him, and Bob Brown doing what he needs to do, staying on top of Johnny Blast.
This is how titles change hands. The challenger comes in, pushes every advantage that he has, including his help on the outside of the ring. Sets him up, big power slam now by the Pit Bull with the power slam. There's that underrated strength you were talking about.
2 count only, are you kidding me? You could feel, not only did you see the ring shake, not only could you hear, I felt the floor shake over here with the force that Bob Brown delivered that power slam.
Absolutely. And now Johnny Blast is at the mercy of the Pit Bull.
And look at Bob Brown targeting the back after that power slam. That's a great part of Johnny Blast's anatomy to go after.
Well, Johnny Blast, he's been a wrestler for a long time, longer than a lot of people realize. Oh, and now he's fighting back with that veteran skill. But with that veteran skill comes stamina. But also with those veterans years of veteran skills comes the injuries. Oh!
I think we may be seeing what you were talking about coming to play. You said with all those years comes all those injuries. Johnny Blast was in a very good position, but with all the punishment he's absorbed in this match, very slow to follow up, and it cost him.
And now, Pitbull Bob Brown going for a very basic pin technique.
Nothing basic about this. Johnny Blast has to force his arms up against Bob Brown, strength pressing down.
Oh!
But the reversal on Bob Brown trying to use his girth to his advantage in that pinfall attempt. The reversal, no finesse about that, but effective nonetheless. Sometimes less is more.
Yes, and your champion now sizing him up and putting the boot to the midsection on the challenger. Now a clubbing blow across the back of the neck. He brings him up to his feet. Irish whip across, now a reverse. The Pitbull sets him up. Duck of a clothesline. Here's your kick. Do we have the blasting cap? We got the blasting cap.
He nailed it. But Buddy Love coming into the ring. That's going to be a DQ. I think it's over. Referee hesitated for a second. I think out of fear for the power and the ruthless aggression shown by Buddy Love. Buddy Love going after the belt. The Maestro Jimmy Nemeth running out.
Shahim Ali is out.
And the Army of Darkness and Erickson being chased away from the scene of the crime. But I think the damage has already been done.
Oh, I would say so. Johnny Blaster mobile, multiple shots to his rib cage.
What an hour, Dean. And the end of that carnage at the end of the night, Johnny Blast getting left laying by the Canadian Lion, the Army of Darkness. Mwah.
Man, you sound like you enjoy that way too much.
I enjoy it as much as I should, and man, I've got to tell you, it's my cup of cake, it's my slice of pie, it's what leaves me happy in the morning. It's like a cup of coffee, it energizes me for the day.
You know, this is the difference between you and I. It's trained wrestler, commentator, and you can tell the difference. No one wants to see very much of that. And the fans probably aren't looking forward to seeing very much more, but unfortunately, where's it going to end is the question I got to ask.
Well, if this morning is any indicator, it's going to end with the Canadian Lion, Lance Erickson, wresting away that heavyweight title when he's ready. He laid the groundwork today, and Johnny Blast just around the corner somewhere down the line. A hungry lion's going to be out the door, and he's going to take a bite out of you, and he's going to take away that gold.
Guys, it could happen next week. It could happen the week after. This is why you need to stay tuned to the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA Mountain State, right here on Fox West Virginia. Thank you all for your support. Thank you, Cucumber and Company, for providing this great program. Guys, we'll see you at the same time next week right here. For the Outlaw Rock Star Stephen Hensley, I'm Dean Bibb. Sayonara.
Cameraman, get a good shot of it. 10 pounds of leather and gold, synonymous with greatness. This is NWA Mountain State Wrestling on Fox 59.
NWA Mountain State is a production of Cucumber & Company. Cucumber & Company, video, web, and beyond.